Guns in our hands, freedom's call. Hunt the wild, never take the fall. Fire, lock and load, let them roar. Shoot 'em straight, Second Amendment score. Buckshot flying, deers in sight. Rock the range on the night. Rifle raised high, one clean shot, watch the trophy fly. Targets downrange, bullseye hit. Guns don't kill, our spirits lit. Fire, lock and load, let them roar. Shoot 'em straight, Second Amendment score. Hunt, shoot, rock forever free. Amendment, eternity.
Hey, what's up, everybody? 701 Nation, how you doing? JD here, episode number 4. Windy. Is it windy out yet? Raining. It's raining for sure out here. From right here from the, I might as well go with this one, right? The bunker in District 35 here in Burleigh County. How's that going to work out? Hey, Josh, what's up? Dan Brown, good evening to you out there on the western edge. Greetings, y'all, 18-wheelers and a dozen 6-shooters. Good to see you back on. Good evening, everyone. Whale and Turnus. Happy to see everybody's back on here. Hey, as you can see, my friends got the Venmo up. Anybody's feeling generous? If you don't have a Venmo now, I don't know what to tell you. That's how we're going to start out doing this, and I'm going to go from there. We'll see how it works. You know, I'd prefer, donate whatever you want. $2, $5, $20. Hey, more than that if you want to keep the show going. It'd be nice if you can do the monthly on that too. That'd be even better, right? JD'd love that. Anything to keep the show going, man. I love it. Anything helps me out. Appreciate it. Got some new logos going back up there, as you see behind. I got the other one too, but I was gonna kind of get away from the orange and black, but it's one of my favorite color combinations. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep that going. So let me get this chat up here. There we go. There we go. I got it. Hey, Paul, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you on. I'm glad to see you guys on Facebook still working. One Shot Cap. Good evening, buddy. Good evening, 701 Nation. So, yeah, I got a lot of stuff lined up for the show tonight. First of all, we're going to hit on Houston, Texas. Gun shops warning customers. They got people following customers home from gun shops trying to rob them. AI is getting so popular, it's going to take everything over. In fact, the logo that you see behind there, I used a little AI on that. Does it have an anti-gun bias? Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that are watching and listening to the show know that. We're going to dig into that a little more. Hunters show up in force to support legalized corner crossings in Wyoming. If you know what corner crossings are, it's, they call it checkerboard in Wyoming. They got public land surrounded by private property. They got to cross right over the corners on that. We'll get into that a little more too and talk about it. I can tell you right now, I'm in favor of that. I actually don't like how they got to do that. We'll discuss that a little more. And we got 4 ready to shoot out of the box rifle scope combos. I got on NRA Women. They got some good articles on there, actually. It's we'll go over it. Most of the rifles I'm familiar with. In fact, I think all of them but one. So I got a little insight on those. And of course, here we go, man. Petition to ban hunting in Oregon is gaining steam. I mean, I can tell you by looking at the signatures they got already, and they got to get 117,000 or something by sometime in July. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. It's going to be on the ballot there. And then, of course, the happy ending hootenanny. I think this one's coming to us from Arizona this time. It's a great hootenanny too. One hell of a hootenanny, as a matter of fact. So let's hit into it. Right now, we'll go right into what I was talking about here. Houston area gun shop warns customers about follow home robberies. So the story, a man was followed home from the gun range there. It's the Top Gun, Houston's Top Gun range. If you know what those are, they're big indoor gun ranges. I think actually the one in Tennessee they got one. It's an indoor outdoor, but they're freaking huge. It's like I know I did a story on them a long time ago on Guns in the 701, but I think they call them a gun tree club or something. They're freaking, they look pretty awesome. Anyways, big indoor one in Houston. I think it might actually be the biggest indoor range in the U.S. But this guy was followed home from his Gulfton apartment complex from like I said, the Houston Top Gun Range. Good evening, my fellow MV, Brian Warner. Good evening, my fellow 701 MVs, all of us. That's right, man. Brian was at a safety meeting tonight. Appreciate you getting on, Brian. I told him the whole show is a safety meeting. So you followed the guy home from the Top Gun Range there in Houston. Police say the suspect swarmed him. Good thing the guy had a gun ready. Shot one of these losers in the chin. James Hillen, owner of the full arm firearms, said similar sounding robberies have happened to his customers and those of other Houston area gun shops in the past. The bad guy was hiding in his car somewhere watching, and he's watching for somebody to come out and then carrying a bag. And then when they go to their car, he'd follow them out. They said it's getting worse. It's been a steady incline, and it just shot way up all of a sudden down there. And I don't know if I need to. Hey, Whalen Little League, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for getting on, man. Appreciate it. We all know Houston's a big blue place, right? H-town. So and they're soft on crime, and Houston, yeah. Anyways, that's where what's the gal? I can't think of her name. Anyways, we'll go on here. Police said Wednesday that a total of 2 people were involved in the Tuesday robbery, contradicting initial statements that 3 people were involved. I mean, whatever, who cares? At least you got shot one of these bastards in the chin. Houston PD said 1 person was in custody and another was still at large. Watch your back, pay attention. If someone's following you home, don't go straight home, make a left, make a right, see if they're still following you, said Hillen. In September, a new law took effect. This doesn't make any sense to me here either. New law took effect in Texas, making jugging, which why it's called jugging, I don't know. But that's apparently when you follow somebody home and you try and rob them, making it its own offense. But the Harris County District Attorney's Office said the statute only applies to money and not other property such as guns. So I suppose they're going to have to make a separate freaking law. Jasmine Crockett shit. That's who's one of the representatives down in for Houston, and she's trying to run for Senate. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Just for that, nothing else. Just for because right, I mean, obviously it's a problem. People want to snake some. Hey, Mike Gabriel, what's up, buddy? Thanks for getting on, man. Appreciate you jumping on. Yeah, AT Wheels doesn't 6-shooter says hit that like button early for the algorithms. Yeah, I appreciate you reminding me of that. And if you're feeling generous, hit that Venmo up there too and donate to the show. That's what's going to be the funding for this baby. Like I said, I'd appreciate any donations, but really appreciate it if you do it a monthly thing. So whatever, I'm not asking. You got to $50 or something like that. Well, I'm taking whatever, man, because that's how 701 Nation is going to run. I'm not. I mean, if I get some sponsors, great. But I'm honestly, I haven't really looked that hard for any. I talked to a few and kicked it around, but if it works out, it works out. If not, I'd rather just be funded by the listeners, and that'd be great. So, one shot cap. Follow me home, see what happens. Faithful, right. When they're following you, they're in the F around part, or right, and they find out after they get home with Cap. Probably Cap. Really, pretty much to a lot of people listening to the show here. So, yeah, that's. I mean, I'm the same way with you, man. If somebody's following me, I mean, I'm even in Bismarck. I'm like, is this person following me? I mean, it's a smaller town. You take a lot of, but I'm not too worried about that here. If it does happen, I'm prepared to handle that deal. So, all right, let's go. We got this one. I like break down a little bit more. I started off a little shorter one, which whatever. Got an article here, NRA ILA, titled AI. We were talking about AI beginning of the show. If you missed that, AI anti-gun bias more artificial than intelligent, for sure. And this is from the NRA ILA's website. Say that AI chatbots are amplifying anti-gun misinformation, exhibit a strong liberal leftist pro-gun control bias. And they got this research from Dr. John Lott, Crime Prevention Research Center, which the guy does awesome information on that. Well, yeah, well, let's get into this. I mean, I can tell when you look something up a lot of times about it, and it especially for like crime statistics, a lot of them will be, um, you know, I mean, I really don't use some of these guys. I don't know that I use any of them. I use Grok. I mean, we'll get into it, but let's just get let's get into it right now. So the number of publicly available chat bots, they say, has declined over time from 20. See, I had no clue how many chat bots there were in 2024 to 15 in August 24 and to 13 by last December in 2025, with only 9 consistent across the period. Citizens Committee or Citizens Crime Prevention. I keep saying Citizens. I'm thinking of the other guy. Crime Prevention Research Center studies track biased evolution in August 2024. Nearly all of these things, these chatbots, show liberal views on crime and policing, and all but Grok were liberal on gun control. Top rated ones like, well, I don't know. I think they got something missing in there because PI, when I'm looking, and to be fair, I broke this down with, I read the article, but I broke it down with I broke it down with little AI here to make it easier to get through. And I'm not, you'll find out that Grok wasn't exactly really super pro either, but top rated ones like Chat GPT were the most pro gun control. Yeah, Chat GPT, which is, oh God, what am I thinking of? I mean, I use the damn thing for my email and everything. Anyway, let's get into a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. December 25th study queried 13 chatbots that included, I'm not going to name them all. I just PI. This PI one seems like they're kind of, I almost seem like they're better than Grok for when it comes to like being pro gun and shit. 9 crime questions, 7 gun control questions, plus 1 on whether complete gun/handgun bans reduce murder rates in any country. The results, all the chatbots held liberal views on. Okay, when I said PI, is it PI or pi? I don't know. Maybe you guys know. You guys know what is it, pi or PI? Because it's a capital P and then a small I. To me, that's PI. But pass interference, number 32. Anyway, all of them showed liberal views on crime and policing. On gun control, all but PI adopted liberal positions. Specific question highlights here. Let's conceal. So here's what they asked. All disagreed. Grok strongly disagreed. Grok strongly freaking disagreed. Hey, what the heck happened here? My chat thing went down. Small. Sorry. I'm just. I got it over there. This happens sometimes on Restream. I'll just have to go over here and fan through the son of a guns. But anyway, yeah. Concealed carry laws reduce violent crime. All disagreed. Grok 4 strongly disagreed. Assault weapons ban saving lives. Most agreed. only Claude 4 strongly disagreed. See, and I don't know what the heck that is. PI noted. Okay, PI noted assault weapons small role in deaths. Okay, so I caught the other line here. Let me read this again. Assault weapons ban saving lives. Most agreed. Only Claude 4.5, Sonnet, Grok 4, and PI disagreed. Okay, so see, there's a bunch of this name shit here that I am not familiar with. So I use, like I said, I use Grok, and then whatever my search engine is there that I use, they got their own thing. But okay, red flag laws and background checks on private transfers. All agreed, strongly agreed, saying they save lives. I mean, there's no freaking proof for that, right? So I mean, gun buyback saving lives. Most disagreed, citing no impact as they attract law-abiding gun owners, right? Like gun owners will know there's gun buybacks and they'll take some piece of junk and take that in and sell it and get their money for whatever it is. Or a lot of times these guns aren't even functional, right? The hoodlums ain't turning their guns in. I can tell you that much. So, okay. So, complete gun/handgun bans reducing murder rates. Most cited the Australian, UK, as success is only Grok 4 and PI disagreed with Grok 4, emphasizing no clear causal link. Example, Australia's trends predated bans, no significant homicide drop beyond existing pattern. Right, and it didn't really. There was no. Australia's homicide rates didn't go. I mean, by guns, yeah, but as far as the overall homicide, no. So the trends here: chatbots became more liberal from February to August of 2024. Oh, we'll see what was going on. Oh, yeah, that's right, the election year. But by December 25, showed a slight conservative shift on crime. By slight, it went 7.6% towards conservative shift on crime. Well, gun control views stayed unchanged. Okay, yeah, that's real nice. The article being out of the NRAILA criticized AI for echoing liberal platitudes as facts, risking misinformation by hallucinations or biased training data, and warns of a growing reliance on these tools for research amid limited viewpoint diversity. Right, like if you search something up and you get on one of these things and it gives you something, you got to go, God, I mean, like regular mainstream media, I mean, are they more reliable? You know, I mean, you'd think people on the ground probably, right? But like I said, I caught one thing in there already they weren't right about, but I did a little looking into it. So the piece frames this as an AI extending anti-gun narratives from activist media and politicians with grok models of sometimes PI as relative outliers leaning more neutral or conservative. Yeah, I would say neutral. And Elon Musk used to be a big anti-gunner. I mean, he definitely goes our way more, but I doubt he's down there punching on the keyboards, putting in shit to his AI what they should do. Right? He doesn't have to do that no more. So yeah, I wouldn't if you want to trust AI being pro-gun or anything really conservative. I did notice. Dang it bugs me which one I use. I'm going to tell you which one I use. Brave. I've looked some stuff up on Brave even, and I'm like, that's some pretty liberal sounding shit right there. So, yeah, I don't put your total faith in AI. They don't have it perfected, and who knows, they never will. If you ever watch The Matrix, that's how Neo already knew, don't you, Neo? But anyways, let's just let's move on here. We're gonna talk about this Wyoming. I told you the corner crossing thing, right? Let me see here. I gotta make sure I'm not missing any. This dang chat when it goes down on here, it is annoying when it does that. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I don't know why it does that, but it will do it sometimes. Right next to my head here, it should be going overlay. Let me see here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at something right now because this is bothering me. I'm seeing if I turned it off by accident, which I don't think I did. I apologize for the non talking on here. Okay, let's just screw it. I'll go over here and do these. I don't know. Do you guys still getting the comments coming through here? I don't know. I still see we're still live. So all right, let's just keep going here. Wyoming, let's go with this corner crossing thing, right? And I know I've been on with Scott Bachmeyer and Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Him and I have talked about this. Clay's talked about it. So like I said, a corner crossing in Wyoming has all this public land and like these checkerboards surrounded by private property, and they got to cross right over the corner of these properties. To me, I think it's bullshit, really. There's got to be a better way than to make these guys jump over these corners. And it went this big ranch. Let me see what the name of the ranch is here. The Iron Bar, owned by this Eshelman Ranches or something, I think is the name of it. Sued these guys, and it went to like the 10th Circuit, and they said it ruled in the hunter's favor. And landowners petitioned for a hearing before the Supreme Court. Never went that way. And ever since then, they've been, just kind of said, well, yeah, I guess that's legal in Wyoming. It wasn't, but now, I mean, they're angling that way now. And House Bill 19 is what it's called, and had a hearing, House hearing and a committee meeting. Past that, it's going. I think it's going to the House floor on. I think Thursday it's going there, but it's aiming to formally legalize corner crossing. And I know some of my buddies don't like that. They get pissed about this. The act of stepping between adjoining corners of public land parcels without trespassing on private property. So if it's public land, before we go on, I don't know how else you're going to do it, right? If it's surrounded by private property, and I don't know how. Hey, Donnie, what's up, man? We all need to speak up. Right on, my buddy Donnie Roy. I must have wiped out all them chats because Donnie just showed up on your own. Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate that. Yeah, I agree, Donnie. Like if the land is surrounded by private property, it's not public land then, right? If you don't have access, the landowner's like, no, you're not getting on there. And I don't know how in the hell that ever happens. Maybe one of you guys listening can throw that in the chats here, how that happens in the short, because I don't understand how that would happen, because it's not public land. If it's surrounded and you have no access, and I think I mentioned something to Scott, like making like pay the landowner, just make an inroad, and Scott did not like that one bit. His idea, which probably, I could deal with that, is he said to make a parking lot right next to it, and then you can park there, but you still have to go in on foot, right? Which, man, I mean, some of these public land things are freaking massive. So I mean, it would not work for me, because I don't know that I'd want to walk that far on a bunch of public land shit. But if you don't got nowhere else to hunt and you're young, by all means. We'll go into a little more here, and then we'll. So the bill follows, like I said, the 2021. That's when the case was, a 2021 case of that ranch. Suing, they lost the case to these 4 hunters. Fred Eshelman, Iron Bar Holdings, that's the name of it. The hunters ultimately prevailed in federal court, and when the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear the appeal, many viewed, like I said, that was as effectively legalizing the practice, which it still wasn't minted into law. However, Wyoming status still lack explicit language allowing it, which is why this HB 19 is seeking to address that. Supporters of this bill are Ryan Semerad. He's the guy who represented these hunters. Said the bill would clarify for law enforcement that no crime occurs if someone carefully crosses over the precise corner without stepping on private land. So that's another thing. Like, and I know there's some people are going to be, hey man, your freaking foot scraped on my land, and then they're going to get beaned for that. I mean, these guys got to be ultra careful doing it, right? I'm just not a fan of that. I don't know how to address that without really pissing some people off. But anyway, they emphasize that hunters remain responsible for knowing their location, avoiding a trespass. Right. And then it did say too, if the landowner thought somebody did get on their land, that they can call the sheriff, and the sheriff can come and immediately investigate it and do, which I'm fine with, right? But I mean, how narrow about, I mean, you all been on a 4 corners property, right? Are you supposed to cross that? And Josh says, shit, I'm old and walking a mile or so, right? Deer hunting on public land. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking a mile, Josh. That's fine. But I mean, some of these plots of public land are freaking, 18,000 acres, probably more than that, really. I mean, that's probably a small piece, but, and so let's go to the opponents here. So some of the opponents of the bill, which include ranchers and Wyoming Farm Bureau, warned that the measure could erode private property rights and argued landowners were not sufficiently included in drafting the bill. Concerns were also raised about how to clearly mark property boundaries and whether limiting access to foot travel excludes disabled hunters who rely on wheeled or tracked mobility devices. Right. So if it was truly public land, taxpayer funded land, and you had a disability or you couldn't climb over the fence, I mean, is it really? I mean, so, hey man, just kiss my ass just because your crippled ass can't jump the fence. Really? See that kind of shit like that. And then somebody, there's not that many people that can't walk it. Well, doesn't matter. It's maybe they can, maybe they can't. I mean, that's one of the deals that that does stop people from getting on public land. And I know some of the landowners were saying, what's next? Somebody in the meeting said, we at least give us pack horses to get in there, which you know, I'm fine with that. Like, so, like, if you're doing a corner on this property where all these land, public, private, you'd think they could come up with a way to put something in the middle of there to, like, to make it easy to cross. I'm talking like as big as a freaking room or something, right? So you could get in there instead of having to crawl over the freaking corner. So imagine if you got a freaking. I've never hunted elk and so much packed it out. I packed out deer, but you get an elk and then you got to throw it over the fence and hope you don't invade the airspace of somebody's land like this far away, like a foot away from you, because you know somebody's going to get pissed and call the sheriff about that, right? I guarantee it. I mean, common sense would tell you that's just going to happen sometimes, but people aren't going to like that. People aren't going to like it that way. So, but it looks like they got it says, let me finish reading this here. The debate reflects ongoing tensions in Wyoming and across the West where checkerboard patterns are interlocked, public and private lands, making access complicated. Very complicated, if you ask me. I mean, they got to figure some, maybe Wyoming's going to get this figured out. I mean, there's a bunch of other, you know, comments in here I could read from these guys, but I'm not going to. But yeah, I don't know what your guys' opinions are on these corner crossings. I'm fine with them. Like I said, it looks like it's going to be legal. Let's see. Josh says, I know a few spots that landlocked state land. According to the warden I talked to, said you can access it via the section line, even if it's a fence on the section line. You can have your firearm loaded while walking the fence line, but not sure how that will go over with the landowner. Yeah, they would. I'm gonna guess they're probably gonna get pissed, but I mean, people walk next to our land. I mean, I can't get pissed at it, right? Because it, you know, if it's not posted land, which a part of it isn't, or if there's public land, really, and there's a section line. One of the landowners to get in, you can come into the back of our property. He doesn't like it, but it's a section line, so tough shit on that one, right? You know, I don't know. I'm good with making this a law. I think they have to make it more easily accessible, really, as public land, because I think that turns a lot of people off. Like I said, I wouldn't want to go in there and. I mean, if you're going coyote hunting or something, you're going to leave the damn things laying there, hop the fence and walk in. Sure, I get it, but I don't know. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. I'm on board with it if they want to keep it legal. Sounds like a hell of a good deal to me. It's public land, man. People's tax money's paid for this shit. If that's the case, then sell the shit off or something. Because if you can't access it and your tax dollars are paying for it, what's the point of taking your tax money to pay for this shit? None, in my opinion. So, and I know a lot of people don't like public land. I like public land. I don't use public land, but I'm fortunate enough to have my family owns not a shitload of land, but enough to go hunting with and you know, have fun on and ride ATVs and make, you know, you can make some money off it, renting it out, working the land. And some people don't have any land and their only things public land. So Donnie Rorick says, I've been told if it's posted on both paths, it's no go. All right. I mean, on the section lines, I don't think so. I think it was a section line. You can drive it. You can't shoot nothing out of the ditch, though, right? I mean, if I'm wrong on that, you guys correct me, but I think that's how it is. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't, you know, like if a pheasant's in a ditch, you can't pop them because I was posted on both sides. So I may be wrong. You guys let me know on that. I haven't a clue. So we're gonna move on to what do we got here? Okay, we're about a half hour and we're moving right through this. Like I said, I got this from NRAwomen.com. Paul Metz says, I think it's bullshit they locked the land so you can't use it. Yeah, it is. It is. I think it is bullshit, Paul. Like I said, public land, you should be able to use it. Well, you can use it. You just cross the corners. Well, these guys tried and then they got freaking sued. Like I said, they probably dropped a pack or something on somebody's private land and it pissed them off, right? Donnie says, I respected it. I do too, Donnie. If it's posted, I do. I mean, but if it's a section line and I'm driving somewhere, I I don't know. I'd like to know what the law is on that. Maybe I can get Jeb on here sometime. Jeb was going to come on once to talk some deer, and then he had some meeting up in White Earth or something. But maybe I'll talk to Jeb, see if he wants to come on. He can let me know. Somebody from Game and Fish, I'd be more than happy to have him on here. So, anyways, NRA women, I got this on here. Four ready to shoot out of the box rifle scope combos, and most of these are the cheaper kind. So if you don't like cheap rifles, and I own one of these actually. I own one of these rifles, and I've shot 3 of the 4 on here, so I do have some insight on them as far as the glass goes. Wayland Little Eagle says Concertina Danner wire. Good evening, Eric Glauser. Right, yeah, right. Try and get over that Concertina wire. That is good, but trouble with that is, Wayland, if you do wire it off all your land, I mean, how high can a deer still clear it? Or are you going to get a bunch of them on your land gutted out? I'm getting, you know, I do hate trespassing. It pisses me off. I'll give you guys over the weekend is out just before we get into this other gun thing we're talking. Went out, heard a bunch of coyotes. Went up to the farm. Heard, I mean, the most coyotes I've ever heard howl, and I mean, honestly, my whole time I'm 54. Anytime I can ever remember. And next day, a neighbor guy comes down, Tanner. We went out driving around the pasture, saw 7 yotes. I mean, we're just driving around, not looking for them, right? We were just kind of checking around, looking at deer and shit. And I missed a couple. The first one, I mean, we ranged it after. I was an offhand shot. I went high. It was 279, I think. I always hold too high when I don't got a range on something and it's fast. I always think I got to hold higher than I do. And then of course I did. I hit high on all of them. And then I missed another one, and then I had one other shot. I mean, I think one I was prone out, but he was already running full bore, and again I was way high. I got to just do what my dad says, and just when you see him and you don't know, unless it's way out there, just hold on their back and let her buck. And I was shooting the 223 with the soft points, so and it's pretty flat shooting. It goes, I think they're like 3,000, almost 3,100 feet per second. So, but yeah, I saw a shitload of coyotes. A lot of deer too, a lot of freaking deer. And that night, I got a video from Tan. He went out with his thermal, got a big coyote, 50 pounder, big old yote. And they were all big freaking yotes too, man. And the porcupines are back in full force. But yeah, I mean, I wish I'd hit them, but I'm better than most people shooting offhand, but not that day. Not that day. Tan got a good cackle out of me missing. But anyway, so we got here. Josh says, I drove section lines that posted on both sides. Never had any issues, but was also just passing through. Yeah. And like I said, there's a section line we can get into the back of our place through. And then I asked my cousin who lives there and knows all the landowners, he's like, yeah, the guy won't like it, but he said it's your legal right to drive into your own place. I said, okay. So I did. And during deer season, I mean, I can see him on the other corner of our property there. There's 2 of them that are not posted and 2 that are. But I mean, it's like the road is packed down in there. People are driving in there constantly. Oh, yeah. There you go, Whale. And I'm going to remember that one. Hold for hair, never air, JD. All right, I got you, Whale. And I'm gonna lock that in there and then do that next time. Because, man, I mean, during deer season, I did shoot one offhand, but that was like 100, 115, 120 yards maybe. And I did put it right on him and got him where I was aiming. So I'm gonna remember that, Waylon. Hold for hair, never air. All right. I'm gonna do that and keep that in mind. So let's hit these. And I will tell you, 3 out of these 4 are on the cheaper end of the rifles, but when you're getting somebody's first gun or whatever, or even, like a couple of my buddies that their daughters hunt and they're not like big shooters, right? And they get these affordable. I mean, these modern rifles, even the cheaper ones, I'll shoot pretty damn good. Just like Waylon said, hold on to hair and you're probably going to dump them, right? So, and when you buy them, right, a lot of people don't. I make the mistake of thinking a lot of people are gun nuts like me, and they want to put their own scope on it. People just want just want their freaking gun, man, and they just want to go out and shoot a deer with it or something. As a matter of fact, right before deer season, my neighbor here, Axe and I took his gun. If you guys saw that 7mm mag video, we went out and zeroed it in for him and shot it. And you know, Mike's all 100% pro Second Amendment, but as far as being a gun nut, he's like, yeah, man, whatever you say. Matter of fact, he's my neighbor's gonna be running for Burleigh County Commission. I'm gonna have him on the show, probably in March at some time. Good dude. Mike's 72, I think, but I mean he's a young 72. He's one of the guys who can get out and walk that public land. Done a lot of stuff in life. Been tons of county commission meetings. I'll have him on. Gun guy. I mean, you'll be able to meet him when he comes on. But yeah, and they don't want to how to properly torque them. And I mean, Shields or anywhere. HH, man, Sporting Goods, they'll put it on and bore sight it, but bore sighting it, man. And I do got a torque wrench. I am a stickler for torquing my scope screws down and shit. But let's Mossberg Patriot synthetic. Now I had a Mossberg MVP, and that's what the Patriot is, the MVP action. I had an MVP 223, great rifle. Kind of one of the ones I kind of regret selling that sucker. Bolt action that took AR mags, shot real good. I mean, I'm not saying a bug hole, or sometimes it was, but it was a real good 18-inch barrel. But the Patriot's the same action here. And a gal was writing this article, so she, like I said, it's from nrawomen.com. Been around long enough to have proven itself as reliable, affordable bolt action. And I will say this too about I also had this Patriot. It's not the Patriot action. I'm just going to call it that. In 308, and so did my buddy Austin Jorts. My 30, I couldn't get that thing to shoot worth a shit, and neither could Austin. I mean, I hate to say it. I ended up trading that thing in because that thing was so. And Austin did the same thing. He couldn't take it. So if you get one, but I know another guy. Like I said, my 223 was money. And I know my buddy Stewart's got one of these in 6.5 Creed, and he said that thing shoots great for him. I mean, I had a video up. He's got the rifle phone scope or something on there. Guy's dumping deer at 500 yards with the sucker. Josh Patterson says, I had a Patriot, biggest pile ever sold. Okay, what caliber do you have, Josh? I'm just curious. And I'll go on with this. I'll get you when you get it. So they got the base model synthetic version uses a drop magazine, spiral fluted bolt, and these aren't AR mags. The one I got was specifically made for AR, 15 magazines. So the 308 and the 223, and like I said, the 223 was no complaints. Spiral fluted bolt and a fluted threaded barrel, featured a recessed matched barrel crown, and comes with the company's LBA trigger, which is good. I'd compare it to like Ruger's or Savage's, with the blade in there. User adjustable from 2 to 7. The Vortex scope option comes with a 3 to 9x40 Vortex Crossfire 2. Like obviously already mounted. Vortex stuff's good. I got Vortex. I have no complaints. The MSRP of that combo is $631, $650, depending on caliber. And it comes in 14 different chamberings, as well as a walnut stock version, a couple $100 extra bucks. And that is pretty nice. I'm not a big wood guy, but that the wood does look nice. Josh says 270. Tried lots of different ammo groups for 2 to 7 inches at 100. Yeah, Josh, and I'm telling you, that's how it ended up being with my 308. Same with Austin's. And I mean, about every kind, factory load you could have, and grain and bullet type. And I reloaded, I don't know how many. I got so sick trying. I mean, it just broke my heart that I couldn't get that thing to shoot good, because I liked it. I love bolt action rifles that take AR-15 magazines. Just get an AR, JD. Well, ARs are louder with the can and they get dirtier. So, and I just bolt action. I love AR-15s too, but bolt actions, I take AR mags. Big fan. That's it. I'm such a huge fan of the Rugers. I mean, they most all of them shoot lights out too. Anyways, next one up here, and I have this rifle. You guys can go see me shooting videos with this from the first time I got it. I ran the son of a bitch over with my 4-wheeler by accident and still shoots good. Usually with factory ammo like the 129 Hornady American Whitetail. I mean, it's inch or less. Sometimes it's a little more, but I did get a good load this weekend worked up for it that I'm going to be using. But it's the XPR. It's their more affordable line of rifles. Obviously, like I said, that's what you're going to see here with these. Most of these, except for the last one we talk about. The XPR's receiver is machined from solid steel with a permacoat black finish. Yeah, it does. It's got a nice finish on it for the price you pay. It does. That Patriot, I think unless you buy like the Patriot Predator or whatever it's called, I don't know if it's the Predator. They're not threaded, so you're gonna have to get that threaded if you get it. Same with this Winchester. Mine wasn't threaded. I had Jake do it at Bloodline. It works great. Did a great job. Black composite sporter style stock. I do kind of like it for the cheap stock. It does feel good in my hand. Bolt unlock button. Yeah, it's got that safety. You can move, keep it unsafe, and pull the bolt out and all that. Like I said, retest target on free floated steel barrel. No shit, steel barrel, right? Why would they even put that in here? A recoil pad. Wow, really? Steel lugs. Yeah, the steel lugs do seem to help with the cheaper guns, making them, the recoil lugs, making them accurate. Winchester's MOA trigger. It does. I will say that the trigger's freaking money on. I do love the trigger. Trigger on that it's real nice. I mean, I'm talking. I think it breaks like at 3 pounds, and it's freaking like a glass rod. She snaps. It's real nice trigger. Maybe even lighter than that. You know. The scope combo comes with the same one as the Mossberg here, 3 to 9 by 40 BDC. I don't know if the other one did. Mossberg didn't say they had a BDC. The BDC, if you don't ballistic drop compensating, Mossberg's Vortex usually go to 400, and the bottom of that little chevron, the line where it gets wide, it's skinny and it gets wide. That's usually 500 yards. On like your short action, like like your 308, your Creeds and 243 shit like that. It lines up damn good enough to hit a freaking deer pretty much. So Donnie Ricks is 270 Savage, been keeping my freezer full for 20 years with a good scope. Right on, man. You've heard me many times. I don't own a 270, but I'm a big fan of the 270 for hunting. That thing is an absolute freaking ass hammer. Nothing bad to say about 270s at all. All right, so the Winchester, the last one was 14. This one comes 16 different chamberings from 243 up to 338 Win mag. I don't think the Patriot comes in a Magnum for some reason. I could be wrong. Like I said, I didn't dig into it that deep. I know the Winchester does. MSRP of 850 to 900. The compact version is also available. And the compact version, I'm pretty sure that's a 20-inch barrel. And I think I'm almost positive that comes with a threaded barrel. And maybe you can buy some kind of different bottom metal for this Mossberg and a Winchester. I haven't to take AR mags or Accurate International mags. I haven't really looked, but and you can also get this Winchester scope combo and true timber strato camera in addition to the black. And not only mine was black, I had Jake from Bloodline Duracoat that baby, or Cerakote it in Coyote 10, my favorite tactical Pinot. 130 grain. Yes, sir, Donnie. 130 grain. 270 is what pretty much everybody I know uses, and that thing crushes game when they're hunting. Flat shooting, super fast. 130 grain power shocks. We crowned them twice. I think they were 3,100, just a hair over 3,100. 130 grain bullet, and that's a hammer right there, man. So we got this. Oh shit! You know what I'm gonna do, you guys? Here, before I go on anymore, let me show it here. This is what I was gonna do. I got wrapped up with them comments not coming through here. All right, so the first one, that's the Mossberg right there. I'll put the picture up. See, they're showing that one as threaded. I don't think, I could be wrong, or maybe that's just a barrel and they. I don't think that's threaded. It looks like it is. I don't think it is. See here, next one. Let's see which Winchester. Right, this is the Winchester right here. This is the one I got. Yeah, that's exact. 22-inch barrel, and the extra magazines for that, I think they cost me like $30. I got 3 of them. Yeah, threaded barrel. The recoil pad's real nice on this Winchester too, for sure. Josh says his was threaded. Okay. Is that okay? All right. Well, hey, see, that's why it's good having people listening, man. They can help us. So here's the next one we're going to talk about right here. I'll Savage Access 2. I don't know, from the 1 to the 2. My buddy's got a 1 and 223, shoots freaking great, real great. Yeah, even after I ran it over with my own gun there with the side by side. But let's talk about this a little bit. Savage Access 2XP. Oh, Josh, sorry, Josh. His wasn't threaded. My bad. Okay. God dang, how the heck did I miss seeing that? Wasn't threaded. Okay, Josh's wasn't threaded. So so this here one, the Savage Access 2XP, updated pistol grip and ambidextrous palm swell. The gun features enhanced bolt handle design, detachable box magazine. I think it's just held in with like this little blade thing. I'm shocked that it works as good as it does. 2-position tang safety and Savage's user adjustable Accu trigger. Yeah, I mean the Accu triggers work good on everything I mean, if you want to call it, and everything was based, I think, after the Accu trigger. Comes in an array of chamberings as well as a left-handed version. Okay, well, if you're lefty, that's your thing right there. A compact version and even an OD green if the gray isn't your style. Savage specifies only that it comes with a 3 to 9x40, and I'm gonna guess it's Bushnell because that's usually what I seen on. And then that's what it looks like on this picture too. That's a Bushnell. So yeah, that combo retails, and I say retail are usually 100 less, and that's 619, right? So that's that. What do we got, Josh? Let me get the comments here again. Here, the 1 is non-Accu trigger, 2 is Accu trigger. All right, got you, Josh. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that, Brody's. I think you guys put one in there, didn't you? Or a different trigger. The boy 6.5 is a 1. My 7mm08 is a 2, both access. All right, gotcha. My buddy John's must be a 2 then, going by what you're telling me there. Okay, so here's the last one. And I don't, they had all these cheap ones in here. And they throw, and then they throw the Howa HS carbon fiber in here. It's like obviously the carbon fiber barrel, fitted HS precision, full aluminum bedding block, which, I mean, I had an HS Precision stock. I changed one out on one of my Tikas. Honestly, I didn't make a difference in the accuracy on that Tika, to be honest with you. I don't even know that it looked that much better. I think I sold it to one of my buddies out in Washington, but yeah. Anyway, currently available in gray and Cryptek Camel. This is the gray here I'm showing, splattered, with that splatter on. And mine was green with that splatter, same exact thing. Higher grade gun, she says, in the rest on the list. MSRP of this deal here, $1,500. Nico Sterling diamond scope. I don't know. My Winchester had that Nico Sterling. I sold it to Clay. He got the bro deal on it, but Clay liked it. I did not like that scope at all. Clay liked it. I did not. Sub MOA guarantee. They say the higher price tag buys you a lifetime warranty. I think most of these guns have a lifetime warranty, even though they're cheap. Howa's hack 2-stage trigger, which is nice. I mean, I had a Howa 308 and it had that, shot good. I did like that trigger for the two. All these 2 stages, like I said, they work good, but this one seemed to be a little better. Really good stock, threaded barrel, and obviously it's got a carbon fiber stock. The thing's going to be super light, and they say rigidity makes it more rigid. I mean, I'm saying that is what I'm hearing about car. That's not what this article is saying, but so yeah, I don't, I prefer to put my own shit on mine. So I mean, if you want to buy this, see here we got Josh said I did M Carbo trigger spring kit and both of them, mine and the boys. His is a little nicer trigger, I think. Okay, yeah, I noticed that too in the M Carbos on my Rugers. Some of them end up being, I mean, they're definitely improvement from the factory springs, but some of them weren't quite as good. But I did notice he put some rounds through them. My daughter's gun, I was shooting it. I bought her that one. I hadn't shot it much. It did smooth out pretty good. Shot real good too. I had a good time shooting. In fact, I got a little short video coming up in the next couple of days. You guys will see when I do it. It's a Ruger Ranch. I bought it from Little Angry Man. Anyway, yeah, we'll go a little talk here. She kind of talks about some other shit. Buying a gun with a scope ready mounted makes things fast and simple. But while we can call them ready to shoot, you'll notice that I deliberately not call them ready to hunt, and that's because they're not. Mounted scope might need to be moved forward or back a bit when to get you to fit perfectly. And while it's typically have been bore sighted, they say at the factory, yeah. Do not trust the bore sighting. Some people will tell you theirs is right on. Most of the time, especially if you're going to kill an animal, man, make sure that thing, go to the range, get a couple boxes and get the damn thing zeroed in. And the scopes do need usually, right? Somebody else, you want to mount my scope? Yeah, come over, let's do it. Why don't you just do it? Because my eyes are different than yours. It definitely makes a difference. I can make shit work, but a lot of people can't. Donnie says, looking for a good stick in my pocket piece. Talk to some younger people. Not sure I agree. Stick in his pocket piece. Okay, he's talking like a handgun. Well, I mean, there's plenty of them. Them Ruger LCPs. I mean, you can't go wrong with those. Smith & Wesson makes a little tiny bodyguard. Josh says, I put an M Carbo in my Ruger American trigger. Feels better now than the factory. Yeah. Like I said, Josh, mine did too. Some of them didn't get as smooth as they are now. I mean, after I shot them, they definitely, some of them had like a little bit of creep yet, but that's out of there now. They freaking snap. They break really good. So yeah, and then you got to you're buying a budget rifle, man, and then not everything's going to be perfect. You can buy a high end rifle, and it's not going to be that freaking great either for you. So, hey, I don't know. It's I mean, people ask me, man. I just tell them go get a Ruger American if they're just looking to have a hunting rifle and they shoot. Sometimes, I mean, you just can't go wrong. And I got a Winchester XPR, but the Rugers take the bigger mags. If you don't give a shit about magazine size and you want your 3 rounds and that's good enough for you to do whatever, then by all means, if that don't bother you. Yeah, like I said, my XPR has it. It does kind of bother me, but the damn thing shoots pretty good, so I'm not getting rid of it. And 99.9% of the time I'm shooting 223, so I don't need to upgrade that one. I'm doing good. Plus, like I said, I got my stock already coated and barrel was threaded, and I'm not dinking with it. I'm not gonna dink. I bought a rail for it too. Josh says, I got a Hellcat. I like it. Feels good in my hand, and I can shoot it well. Yeah, I watched you shoot that. You did shoot it really well, Josh. After we did that last steel challenge, yeah, Josh was he was stacking a nice little circle in there. I don't know what the hell we were at, 10, 15 yards. You shot that real well. So yeah, getting here, 52 minutes. We got a few things to hit yet. We still got animal rights advocates in Oregon are pushing this ballot to ban hunting. This will get you freaking pissed off. And we still got the happy ending hootenanny. Just remind you guys, up in the corner, got my Venmo up there now. You guys want to donate to the show? Appreciate anything you can do. Really appreciate it if you just go monthly, man. That'd be awesome. I would appreciate that, because I said at the beginning, that's how the show is going to run unless I pick up some sponsors. I'm not really out looking for them. If something happens and I get them, great. If not, we're rolling the Venmo. You can get the nice little 701 Nation right in the middle of that baby too. So, hey, help a brother out, man. So, all right, let's hit this. Animal rights advocates in Oregon pushing. Thanks to my buddy Rick Jensen up there. God dang, KN. That's the name of his radio station. I always forget that they got the big gun raffle up there. Anyway, Rick, good dude, fellow Ultra Mega man. Hey, Dan, what's up? Sorry for being late. I had some projects to finish. No problem, buddy. Appreciate it. Eric Glauser, I agree. The Ruger American is the best out-of-the-box budget rifle on the market. Savage 110 is a close second for the money. Yep, I would agree with that. Ruger's kind of got that rougher action. I think that Savage probably has a smoother bolt. But I mean, as far as accuracy goes, if you're not concerned with your rifle looking super tight, super badass, and you want a little bit of more of a clunky action that ain't just like a super smooth, like a Tika or something like that, that Ruger American, man, I know guys with custom made guns. I can hang with them shooting groups, and that's, I mean, I'm not shitting you. It's that they just shoot freaking good, man. They shoot great. Same with the Savage. The goddamn Savages shoot freaking awesome too. Whale Little Eagle says Remington 788. Yeah, I haven't seen one of them actually. Whalen, you know what? My neighbor, when Walmart quit selling rifles for whatever the certain rifles, he bought like a 308 and a 243. And then my other buddy bought, I think they were 788s. They bought these things for like $180 or something. And he bought a 270, and a 243, and all these guys, they're shooting like inch groups with just like the cheap shit silver box Winchester, and the green, what's the cheap Remington ones, and the Power Shock. Power Shock's cheaper, but Power Shock for cheap shit soft point usually shoots freaking great for me in pretty much anything. I've had a few rifles that didn't, but yeah, these 788s, and I mean rudimentary, like the safeties are like pressed metal. And anyway, they shoot good. I get what Waylon's talking about right here. Some bitch shoots good, and you don't give a shit. Who gives a shit? Like I said, my Rugers, I repainted the stocks on them and did a few other little personalized things, and I am totally happy with that. Now, would I like a nice pimped out, super smooth action? Something sitting there looks like it's freaking killing coyotes at 800 yards. Yeah, I would, but I'm just, I could, but I'm just not, my pockets ain't deep enough. Like I said, I can do it, but I'm not going to do that because mine are shooting just good. Remington 788 discounted in the mid 1980s. Okay, that's the way. Yeah. I don't remember what the heck these Walmart ones were, but I know they're all black. I mean, it just looks like something that should say freaking gun on it, right? Because it's just they did have like that Remington coating on them too. It's almost like a parkerized finish, maybe. So they got a little coating on them, but whatever. At the price they got them, I mean, they were sold out in freaking little to no time, and they shoot good. I mean, my buddy's daughter's at work, Casey. They've shot some nice freaking muleys with them, and I think Troy's daughter shot a pretty nice whitetail too. So, for that price, I was going to go buy a 308, but they were out already. So anyway, let's get into these animal rights advocates in Oregon pushing a ballot measure called the Peace Act, People for the Elimination of Animal Cruelty Exemptions, that would ban most hunting. I mean, I didn't see nothing that what they would allow for any kind of hunting. So, I didn't. I mean, I read the whole article and they didn't get in any specifics. So, I mean, this is it banned most hunting, fishing. I mean, even fishing, man. They're like commercial fishing. And you guys think this is crazy? Wait till I tell you the numbers. How close they are to getting this on the freaking ballot. Led by Chief Petitioner David Michelson. And I'll tell you right now, if you go on, this is on coin.com. That's KOIN.com. If you want to read the whole article and then put in coin.com, animal rights hunting ban or something, you'll see it. It's in Oregon. This David Michelson, the dude looks like he's out of a concentration camp. I'm pretty sure he's a vegan, right? I mean, the guy looks like a freaking skeleton. He probably weighs $120. You could grab him by the freaking gizzard and toss him. Anyway, I mean, I just by looking at the guy, he annoyed me. Supporters say the proposal would expand existing animal cruelty protections to include wild animals, livestock, and research animals, while allowing exemptions for veterinarians and self-defense. Right? We remember that a while back. They were trying to pass this stupid animal cruelty shit in North Dakota, right? This out of state from California came up here with a bunch of goddamn money, right? And a bunch of people were biting on it right away. I mean, it was a battle to get it. I mean, I think we did beat the shit out of it when it came up for election, but and I'll have a political comment here at the end of this article. Don't kid yourself. The measure would require non-lethal wildlife management methods. So, right, you know what that means? They want to capture the deer. We talked about it last week on a Catalina Island, some of it, which is surprising. They wanted to just kill most of them. But remember, they wanted to catch the deer with nets and castrate the bucks. And that's what they did on here. They just wanted to get the male animals and then what's the word I'm looking for when you get their nuts cut, whatever. They want to do that, and then that's how they want to control the animal population. These people they're Democrats. I can freaking promise you that. Okay, let me get back to require non-lethal wildlife management methods and create a transition fund for food assistance, animal care, and job retraining. Michelson acknowledges the proposal is unlikely to pass, but hopes to spark public conversation about alternatives to killing animals. All right, let's go to the opponents here. The leader of them here, this Levi Barrera. I don't know if he's the leader. He's one of them of the Oregon Hunters Association. And I'm saying Oregon. A lot of people say it's Oregon. I don't see an I in there. It's Oregon, Oregon. So I mean, people can you can hit me up for that. Usually, people get. I mean, people just like get tweaked about that. Oregon's Hunters Association Hoodview chapter argued that hunting is vital for wildlife population control, which it is. I mean, the deer population. Well, we'll just sterilize, and that's the word I was looking for. We're sterilize. The state's economy and families rely on hunting and fishing for food. Right. I mean, so Oregon, I mean, right, they got big fishing boats that go out, and this guy thinks he's going to ban freaking fishing too, right? Because it's cruel. Remember they tried to do that here with the freaking Northerns? They had a right downtown, like on 4th or 5th Street. They wanted to ban the northern pike season. Like we just had a specific season for Northerns because the hooks hurt their mouth. Supporter, here you go, guys. So here's what they need, right? You think it's not even close? I got bad news. Not for us, but I mean, it could be because this shit's going to spread if it passes. Supporters have gathered more than 100,000 signatures. You know how many they need? 117,173 by July 2nd. They're going to get to, and it's going to be on the November ballot. They're just going to be on the November. I promise you it's going to be on there. So, yeah, that's what happens. You know, like a lot of people don't want to vote in the midterms here. You don't vote, and then the Democrats get control. We're just going to come back in 2028 and win the presidency. You want to count on that shit? That's the kind of shit that happens out there when Democrats get control. I mean, people must have forgotten that from when we just elected President Trump. Not only would Trump and Republicans not try and ban hunting, they expanded, as I talked about, I believe it was last week or the week before, Secretary Burgum expanded our hunting. They don't ban freaking lead core ammo. Like, you know, they expand your freaking rights. These Democrats do not. But if you guys want to go back to that, because whatever, Epstein or whatever's pissing you off, even though he just released 2.5 million more pages, Trump can release, if there's 10 million pages, he can release it all. It'll never satisfy the conspiracy folks. Never. So, I mean, go arrest people. Well, you got to have a case to arrest people. They redacted some names. That's because there's active cases and some of this. Why? I don't know why I got to play lawyer for this shit, because I'm not for sure. And I definitely don't play one on TV. They released a bunch of unredacted names. I mean, you got to have evidence. Do I know? I don't know, but do a lot of these people, you're pretty sure they're guilty? Yeah, you do, but you can't just go arrest people because I think you're guilty. If I want them to do it, I want them. They already claim Trump's a fucking Nazi, so you know, and that would only make it worse. That if you got evidence, you can arrest them and get them. Do it. If not, okay. And the Epstein people who keep bitching about Trump, I'm not going to vote for him because he's not any different. I don't know what to tell you people. I mean, look back a year ago and live in a world of reality here. Because you ain't going to war. I know when I'll just go to war and kick ass and we'll straighten out. You ain't going to war. You're not going to do shit. All right, let's get to the happy ending hootenanny coming to you here in Arizona. A 23-year-old college student heard a knock on the door. This is back in October 16, 2025. Heard a knock on his door in Tucson, Arizona after midnight on October 16th. The student answered, and a man asked for someone who didn't live there. As they spoke, however, the student noticed another man behind the one he was speaking with. He had his face mask covered, and he was armed with a gun. That must have been a nice agent. He immediately retrieved his own gun. This guy was ready, man. He retrieved his own gun, fired as the men advanced to his home, striking. He killed both of them, man. This dude killed both of them, so that's pretty handy with his. I don't know if he had a rifle or a pistol. Doesn't say what he had. Killed them both. No criminal charges because Arizona does have. I mean, it was before their governor was in there. But yeah, Arizona's got some pretty good Second Amendment self-defense. So happy ending hootenanny. Two guys tried to come in. They were going to rob the guy and probably send him the way of what's her name's mom there everybody's looking for. I mean, I would put money on it. She's probably deceased. They were going to do that to him, but guy had his own thunder stick and took care of freaking business on him. Love it. Happy ending. One hell of a happy ending hootenanny, actually. So, all right. That's it. Tell you what, guys, 9:05. Going to be back next Wednesday. Same time, 8 o'clock. Unless you guys got anything else to add here. Like I said, got that Venmo up. I'd appreciate any help with the channel. That's the way it's going to go. I'm running it with that. If everything goes good with that, which we'll see what happens. I'll get a website up and get a Patreon or something, and maybe I'll get some sponsors. If not, as followers of me doing the show, I said I'm gonna give her about 3 months, and then if it ain't going how I want, then that's how it's gonna be. Just how it's gonna be, man. Had fun doing this again. I felt like I started out a little shaky. I don't know why. I feel like I suck starting out shows, and I felt like that one did. But hey, I didn't say it ended strong, but it ended all right. And another gonna say is me and Dougie were talking. Hey Leon, what's up, brother? Blackbeard, doggone it, I'm late again. Hey, better late than never, brother, man. Dougie and I were talking. We were talking about doing it. Let's fucking go. We were just getting to the end. We'll keep it going for you for a little bit, man. As I said, 9:15. We'll keep it going. Dougie and I were talking. We were gonna do that golf, the rifle golf and with the pit, man. That would be a lot of record. Almost, it really would be too much recording and editing to do. So we're gonna do. We were talking about maybe. So he's got the man-sized silhouettes, right? And with the head on it, and I don't know what we want to call it. I don't even know if I can say. Okay, let me just say this: pumpkin shot challenge. How's that grab you? We were thinking about doing that one, and we could do it with a pistol too. He's got some other stuff, but I mean, what do you guys think better, pistol challenge or rifle challenge? Yeah, I know Leon says golf. I hear you, man, but god damn, man, if you know how much editing and filming that would take and try and keep that shit straight. Man, I just that's too much, man. I'm not going to edit that much shit. And if imagine this, we got 10 guys and gals. I'm just giving a round number. 10 guys or gals. We got 6 holes, and each hole I got a video and break down and edit 10 people at each hole. All right, pistols on silo. All right, so we got 2. All right, looks like so far we're going pistols, man. I am down with that. Center fire only, right, guys? We're not going 22. If we want to go 22s, I say we do a separate. 22s are more easily to be accurate with. I mean, in my opinion, I don't know if you guys agree with that. So I'm saying I don't give a shit. 25 caliber, 380, 9mm, 45, whatever you want to shoot with, we'll use that. We'll figure out the ranges and then how we're gonna do it. But for sure, we'll do a pumpkin popping match for sure. Leon says you have no idea how funny that is. Both 22. Both. Josh says both. I see, but we could do 2 of them then. We could go 22 once and center fire. No goddamn 22, says Leon. 18 wheels and dozen 6-shooters. Smith I-frame. I carry one every day. Yeah, I'm saying revolvers, auto loaders, whatever you want. But all right, we're gonna go center fire. We're gonna go center fire for sure. We're gonna go. What are 5.7? 5.7s are center fire, aren't they? I suppose somebody's gonna roll up with one of them. I don't know. I shot one. I don't think I shot that any more accurate. I did my 9 really, but I will probably get my ass kicked not only because I just don't shoot pistol a whole lot, but I will tell you guys, my wrist is. I mean, by the week, it's getting worse. I probably got, if I'm lucky, 5 to 7 years of good shooting. I can tell my hand's starting to get a little shaky from the pain and the nerve shit and scar tissue, which is going to suck. I'll deal with that when it gets here. But, I'll give her my best. Need some of that sniper medication they had in Vietnam. What the hell do they call that shit again? Temazepam or something? They take it and they make you not shaky. Josh says, hell, I'll bring my 25 auto too. Perfect. Leon, not see 10 guys, 5 holes. What the hell did I tune into? LOL. Didn't I say 6 holes anyway? But yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. So all right. We're gonna do that. Dougie will be happy. Dougie's been. I'm not gonna say he's been dogging me about doing a pistol shoot, but and Doug's not that he doesn't shoot a rifle well, he does, but I mean, he'll probably tell you that he feels more confident in doing something like that with a handgun for sure. Drawing from concealment or open carry? I'd say open carry draw. Yeah, we're gonna go open carry. Just bring your open carry holster, and we're gonna make sure. Well, try to that it's at least half. It's going to be in April, so let's hope we get a nice April day when it's 65 or something, when a guy can wear a t-shirt. But you know, we'll see. It's going to be fun either way. Distances will be fun. I told Dougie I actually got a mannequin at the farm I got from my buddy. It's the waist up, and it's on a stand. I mean, it's got a flat thing on the top too, where you can put a melon. I had big intentions out there using it, and I still got the T-shirt on it. I put something on it. I'll bring it back, and for the final, the people who are really doing it long range, the melon will be sitting on top of there. Or melons. We'll probably have to get multiples, because if you get that far, we'll probably get a couple people who are going to ding it. Otherwise, how the silhouette is just a little shit. I don't know. It ain't, the head on them things ain't a whole lot bigger than this coaster. Longer maybe with. I don't know. I mean, I'm down with doing that on a rifle one in summertime too. Longer range, but with longer range, I'm saying 400 or 500, but whatever. Let them guns breathe, brother. Yeah. OC, Leon says, yeah, not out of control. Open carry. Yeah, for sure. For sure with an open carry. Josh says, I ain't got a race belt and holster. I only carry concealed and have only shot challenges for concealment. Yeah, I don't have a race belt either. I got the plastic, same one I use for doing my concealed carry weapons. The instructor didn't like that one because of the button. He said people hit I can't remember what brand it is. Brian Warner, I'm in on the pistol. All right, man, we're locked in. It's 100%. Axe must not be listening, because he'd have probably chimed in. But yeah, well, it's going to be a pistol one. Then I would say actually in May, because Doug said the cattle don't come in till May, so we might actually get it into May, get through April, and get it into mid-May or something. We know we're gonna have some little more decent weather, right? Let's plan on that. So probably about 8 weeks. No, practice your pistol up. 8 weeks from now, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, and I will. So what do you guys give me some ideas? What do you guys think for a prize again? So I can tell you right now, Doug and we're going to keep the entry fee money again. What? Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, we're putting it on, man. It takes time and effort to do it. Not back-breaking shit, but I mean, and we enjoy doing it. But what are you guys thinking for some prizes? I mean, we had the gun box last time. Maybe pistol case lasered on, and I mean, I will get some more gift certificates from some places I'll talk to. And Josh says, I'll bring the boy. Is 40. He's a sharpshooter with that thing. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, I don't care if somebody brings a deagle, as long as it's a center fire. Let's get it done. And like I said, I'm open to prizes. I mean, I'm the guy who's gonna go looking for shit. So if you got some ideas, man, put them in the comments. What you guys think, and I'll see what I can round up. I think a nice pistol case. I'll go down and talk to HH Apparel again, and Tyler can. I know he can get some going. I can't do like AR made because everybody's doing a pistol. Leon says, I'll chuck in some Blackbeard Logic swag, brother. Sweet. Like it. Hand out pocket constitutions everywhere. No problem. I know we can get those. I think Clayton's got an in on that. So we'll get that going. Hopefully, he said he might not make it in May, but whatever. We'll make sure GAT 701 is going to chip in something there. Leon, call me tomorrow. I'll give you a holler tomorrow, brother. No problem. But yeah, we'll go with the gun. Man, see, you can't do like a holster. How about like a concealed carry pistol belt, or maybe we'll go a hard pistol case, soft pistol. They make them cases you can put a bunch of magazines in and shit too. I'll think so. It'll definitely say like champion. It's not going to say pumpkin shooter on it. It'll say what we want it to say. Like I said, I don't know if I can say that without getting zipped, but yeah, we'll get that. We'll get some t-shirts, and Ty will probably get something going again. We'll have something to hand out to everybody who shows up to do the challenge, which is pretty cool, man. Those knives are pretty popular. That was awesome. Do the challenge on a Saturday though, if in April or May. High school trap on Sundays. Yeah, it'll be on Saturday, Josh. We'll definitely hit it on Saturday. So we'll get it on Saturday. That'll be That'll be easy for me to film instead of doing it long range. That'll be, I mean, really well. I say I shouldn't jinx myself. Probably turn out shitty, but we'll be good. We'll be good, man. We'll get enough prizes, and should be a fun time. Anyway, we're gonna end it. Been in hour and 15, a little past. Let's see, it just popped up there. All right, but yeah, and we'll get it done, man. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, episode 5. I feel like this didn't go very smooth for some. I hope it goes smoother next week. Had some shit on my mind tonight. Actually, I didn't want. I'm not making excuses, and maybe it was better than I thought. But whatever. We'll be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central, episode 5. Check that Venmo out, guys. I'd appreciate you. Appreciate you supporting the show. Be great. Pass the word on. Trying to get her to grow here a little bit. Talking to some other people, doing a little TV thing. I had to pass one up yesterday, man. Buddy of mine called me. I could have went on TV and talked some suppressors, but had some shit I couldn't get away from at work. So, whatevs and whatevs. Josh says I'll have to hit the Ricochet Gunworks shoot for the next few months. Yeah, where is that again, Josh? That's down like where the concealed weapons is, right down south here. Great show, Eric says. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate that. God bless you, Leon. Same to you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I'll call you tomorrow. Yeah, that Ricochet. Make sure you describe it as tips when you get donations. All right, okay. All right, give me. I'd appreciate you doing a timely tip. You can hit the button on there to just automatically do it every month, which is I would prefer. But if you don't, I take any tips for sure. Personal Defense Center. Oh, okay, yeah. Jesus, is my mind going bad, you guys. Down here, what's his name? Nick Couture down here. Yeah, that's where it is. Hit the range yesterday. Winter sucks. Man, it looked like you had a hell of a good range day going there, though. Okay, Dan, I got you. No tax on tips. Yeah, that's good. Hey, that's good. That's a good tip right there you gave me, actually. Yeah, tip the old 701 Nation so we can keep this baby rolling. And yeah, looking forward. A couple weeks. Got a little hernia surgery going. I'm not sure. Next week I'll do a show for sure, but the week after, that's the day after. I'm gonna have to see how I got surgery in the morning. They're putting like a fucking 6-inch screen in my belly button because it blew out twice. So they're just going to do the Terminator on it. I don't know how I'm going to feel after that because they punch 3 holes in your side, go in with the robot, stitch that shit into your tissue. And I don't know, sounds painful, but we'll see, man. We'll see. All right, guys, I'm going to end her off here. Hey, you know how we're going to end the show. Little AI 2A singing. Second Amendment fire. See you guys next Tuesday. JD 701 Nation. Appreciate each and every one of you joining the show. Talk to you next Tuesday.
Born with the right, etched in stone. Second Amendment, we stand alone. Guns in our hands, freedom's call. Hunt the wild, never take the fall. Fire, lock and load, let them roar. Shoot 'em straight, Second Amendment score. Buckshot flying, deers in sight. Rock the range on the night. Yeah, yeah. down